Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Glenn Kuiper Show, All Giants and Friday Night Kuips. As we continue to put out the Friday Night Kuip shows, audio only, the one shows that Dwayne and I do at the Gotham Club after every Friday night home game at Oracle Park. And the latest show has Dave Fleming joining us. And remember earlier this year, Dave and his brother joined us, but we also had Dave with us by himself. Terrific guy, great storyteller, and on top of all that, a terrific announcer. But this is the Dave Fleming Show from the Gotham Club Friday Night Kuips, audio only. Enjoy it, everybody.
Hello. Hey, good news. The mics are working. Yeah, they are. Is your mic working?
Only the Kuipers get the leather chairs?
Yep.
Yeah, I see.
It's an age thing, Dave. We need the backs here.
Episode number 2. Hi,
everybody.
We had so much fun last week. You guys were great, and it's super cool to see the room packed again. Our special guest tonight is, he's getting his drink order right now, and that's first important. But let's hear it for Dave Fleming.
Thank you. That was a tough choice. I had a lot of choices. I didn't know what to order. Thank you for the intro. I'm sure it was wonderful. I wasn't paying any attention.
What did you order?
Just a glass of wine.
Attaboy.
All right, just a glass of wine. All right.
Dave is so awesome. He rides, what is it, a scooter to work?
Bike.
A bike.
Not tonight.
And it doesn't matter how cold it is, but tonight he drove.
Last night was a cold ride home. That was a cold. And I have these gloves that I wear. I mean, I must look like a complete idiot. But I forgot them yesterday. Ooh.
How many people here live in the city? Okay, so Dave, what neighborhood are you in?
We live in the inner Richmond. Anybody else in the inner Richmond? Yeah.
So that's not a short trip.
It's a lot of uphill to get home.
Yeah.
It's a lot of downhill to get to work.
Yeah. Well,
So if it's post game and you see a guy, it's Dave.
Yeah.
Get me home.
Dave joined us, and I think he did like 5 games in 2003.
2003.
And then was hired for the season 2004. He's been here ever since. And in that time, to show you how time kind of flies, got married, kids now in college. So we've kind of seen his whole life revolve around the time I was here. Yeah.
Children in college. That is kind of a scary thing.
It is.
It's finals week for them. My oldest too.
Dave's got twins at Yale. His wife is really smart.
I was going to say, did he? He did go to Stanford, but
Super smart. But anyway, it was, we were so happy that the choice was made that he was going to be our announcer after Joe Angel was not retained. And the one thing I like to say about the 3 main broadcasters that do play-by-play is I got to call the final out of the 2010 World Series. Dave got to call the final out in 2012, and John got to call the final out in 2014. So we all had a chance to do what we wanted to do.
That is kind of an amazing thing how that worked out.
that's why they get along so well.
And it really worked out because the call that Dave had went to the 10th inning. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been you.
Correct.
Because I remember Dave leaned back, because I was sitting in the back next to Lee Jones, and he leaned back and very respectfully he said, "Should I ask John if he wants to do the 10th inning?" Because John's the main guy, right? And I said, yeah, you should ask John. And Dave asked John, and John said, no, this is your inning. And it just turned out that you got the call.
I did. Giants. The DH in the clinch game of a World Series was Ryan Theriot.
Ryan Theriot.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And I think he got a big hit.
He
didn't
got a hit.
Yeah.
He and Scutero combined and scored that run, and then Romo came out, and the rest was history.
The one of my very favorite stories that I always have Dave tell to a group is, so he has basically a tryout 5 games in 2003, and tell him about the very first game that you did with Joe Angel.
So the first game I did, we came to Philadelphia, Giants did. Giants were off to their best start in history, ever, since 1883. I think when I showed up, they were like 18-4, something crazy. So I show up, team's playing great, John's gone, Dwayne and Mike are there, and I'm going to do the weekend games, Giants-Phillies. And so Joe is going to be the lead announcer for those games. And this is not, I don't tell this story to knock Joe, because it happens to all of us. Weird stuff happens to all of us.
Yes, it does.
I only that was good. I only tell it to say it did calm my nerves. This was my first big league game, literally my first game. I was 25 years old. It was like my big chance. Giants are hiring me. So Joe is going to do the first inning. I'm going to do the lead up, just like if you listen to a Giants game now. I'll do the lineups and lead into the first pitch. And for the first pitch, here's John Miller. Well, that's what I did for Joe Angel. Ray Durham was our leadoff hitter that year. So Ray Durham, we're the road team. We're hitting in the top of the first. And Ray Durham stands in the batter's box. For the first pitch, here's Joe Angel. And Joe had this weird system of index cards. Wasn't that it? I think it was he wrote down all this stuff and like arranged it on the table.
Well, if you want me to be real specific, you know the old days you had photographs. Remember those? Where you got them at like Walgreens, and then you would have a sheet like this, and then it had slots in plastic. Well, he had notes in those plastic things.
Right,
and
like
he would flip them over.
Correct. So he had like almost like a binder with the sheets, and his notes were in it. And so here for the first pitch, here's Joe Angel. Well, the cards weren't right. So Joe's looking down at the cards, and here comes the first pitch. Ray Durham takes this massive swing, and he was hitting left-handed. He was a switch hitter, and he hits it down the left field line. And we're up at the old vet. This is before the new ballpark in Philly. We're at the old vet, and it has the giant roof. You know, it's a big old-style stadium. And you can see the ball just like tracing the arc, almost like it's going to go out of the stadium. Obviously it didn't, but it almost looked like that, way down the left field line, and it just goes foul. That's the first pitch of the game. Joe's looking down, and Joe goes, swing and a miss, strike one. And the reason I tell this story, it was like the greatest thing that ever could have happened to me. Because here I am, I'm like, man, I gotta be on my game tonight. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, in the big leagues, you could just say whatever you want. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Sure, swing and a miss. Yeah, whatever. That definitely relaxed me. My very first game.
And it wasn't like Joe had only been doing this for a little while. I mean, he had been announcing for a long time.
Correct, a long time. He was O.J. Simpson's quarterback at Galileo High.
How did the game end up?
Good knowledge.
How did the game end up?
The Giants lost that game.
And then the next day?
And the next day, the Giants got no-hit by Kevin Millwood.
Yep.
And I really thought, well, they are never, ever going to invite me back.
Of course
I mean,
not.
literally the greatest start, all the game notes and everything everybody's talking about. Giants off to the greatest start in franchise history. This team can't lose. Is this the Giants' best team ever? I show up, they don't get a freaking hit. But that was another. Yeah. I think that was a good break for me too, because there were some excitement. It was a 1-0 no-hitter. Yeah. You know, not all no-hitters are created equal, and I got to do the last at bat that Bonds had in the game was in the 7th inning, I think, and he hit just a shot. And I think Ricky Leday was the center fielder for the Phillies, made this sprinting catch, probably the best play of the whole game. And I called it well, and I was excited about it, even though the Giants ended up losing the game. And I think I did get some credit from people like, hey, he was up to the moment. It was a kind of a pressure game.
It worked, as it should be, right?
By the way, this is just a total aside. We're down in Anaheim a couple weeks ago, and I hear, Flem. I'm down on the field before the game. And I turn around, and it took me like a good 5 seconds of staring at this guy who was yelling at me, and I realized it was Jerome Williams. You remember Jerome Williams? So Jerome Williams, I love Jerome Williams. Happy guy, super friendly guy. His major league debut was my major league debut. So he always finds me and says hi. I mean, I hadn't seen him in years, but he'll find me and give me a little hug like, hey, we're brothers, big league brothers.
Yeah.
Because we made our debut on the same day.
Yeah, he pitched some big games for the Giants.
He ended up, at the end of that year, right? He pitched the game in Miami that went sideways.
Yep.
I think
Very
he
much
did.
sideways.
Yeah.
So
But he pitched well.
sorry, Glenn, we've left you out in this.
No, it's
And another thing,
You're lucky I like you too. No, you know what's fun about tonight though is last week there was a lot of baseball stories for obvious reasons. You got Trevecki and Will Clark and Mike Kruk here, but with Dave, we have some fun with the wonderful world of broadcasting because there's a lot that goes on in this business. And most of it's good, some of it's not good, but I was thinking driving in today how everybody play-by-play announcers, how they all do things differently, but yet, if you're a big league announcer, you're really good, but everybody's call is different. But the thing that made me think about this is how everybody keeps score different, everybody prepares for the game different. I chuckle like your scorecard is big, Dave, yours is small, and John Miller's a little small book, right? And everybody does it different, but all for the same reason. Some guys prepare all day. Other guys can sit down and do a game, and they're fine. I think that's what kind of makes the broadcast industry great.
I do too. And look, I think all of us, almost everybody who's in baseball, you get into a routine. The thing about baseball is it's just a routine sport for players, for announcers, for everybody. So whatever your routine is, you get into that, and I'll never forget. Here's another one from my friend. Now we're talking about my weekend in Philly from 2003. But that same first game, especially back then, because there were, I don't want to say there were no computers. There were computers, but none of us would use a laptop during the game in 2003. Nobody would. Yeah. I think that year we still had, now this makes me sound like I've been doing it since Russ Hodges was doing it, but we had a printer in the back of the booth that was like, remember those printers that had the holes on the side? You'd feed the paper through. We had that kind of printer, and it would the ticker of the out of town scores would go like it would go, and Lee would rip the sheet off and hand us it. It was Minnesota 4, Baltimore 3. That's how we were getting out of town scores. Sounds crazy, but we'd get this stack of papers before the game. We still get that, but back then we were really dependent on it. I will never forget this. I've told this to so many announcers, young guys. I'm often the guy who gets the call because I still am considered like the young guys. My 24th year or whatever, and I'm still considered the young. But I tell young announcers all the time what Kuip did for me that first day. Stack of stat sheets and notes and everything, and I had it all arranged right here. And he walked over to me and he picked it up and he dropped it in the garbage. All my stuff. I just met the guy. And why did he do it? His point was, look, don't try to fool everybody with how much Giants. They know you're here for the first time. Just look out on the field, describe the game, call the game. And I tell you what, ever since that day, not that I didn't have that style anyway, but that has always been my style, has been to, you're just not going to hear a ton of, I'll tell some stories and some personal anecdotes, and hopefully I help you get to know these players, not just as, a stat sheet number, but mostly what I'm going to do is try to take you inside the game. What's going on? Pitcher, hitter, what's the pitcher working on tonight? What's working for him? What are the hitters looking for? How's the defense playing? Whatever. That was Kuip's point, was like, just make the game come to life, observe what you see out there, and you're doing your job. And I've never forgotten that. I think that was like some of the best advice I ever got. It was an unusual way of delivering that advice. Boom! All the stuff that I'd had organized for the game, just right into the garbage. But it sunk in. Here I am all these years later talking about it.
That out there is way important than this
Yeah.
written down. And there are times where you need the stuff that's written down, but don't ever forget that this is what people want to hear about that.
Look up, not down.
Yeah, that's what I remember. John Miller said that to me when I first started doing play-by-play. He said, if you're looking down at your notes, that means you're not looking at the field, and that's all that matters.
I tell
He
my
said,
kids
look at the
that.
field. Yeah, look at
like,
the field.
don't look down at your phone and let the world go by. Look up. Like, see what's going on around you. Like, it's like good life advice too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that
All right,
makes perfect
can we
sense.
get out of Philadelphia?
Yeah, let's. And then the next series I did. Let's leave Philly behind.
Yeah.
You know what, though? You get good advice from a lot of different people. And I remember Dwayne said this when I started doing play-by-play. You worry about how you're calling every out or every – right, ground ball to short. You want it to be good. But you can do that great for 8.5 innings. But if you screw up the big moment, then you've screwed up the whole game as an announcer, right? So be ready for the big moment, whether it be a big strikeout or you always think about a walk-off, but it could be a big hit late in the game or a big strikeout. Don't miss that. If you miss or if you screw up a second inning, fly ball to center, that's okay. Because the thing that people are going to remember you for is the big call in the big moment.
Yeah.
And that always kind of stood out to me. It's like, don't worry so much about, the routine plays, the ball strike. You're going to be fine doing that. But if there's a big hit late, you got to hit it and you can't miss it.
And why do we love your brother? For lots of reasons. His sense of humor, his relationship with Mike and the rest of us. But we love Kuip because for 30 years he's just nailed the big moments. And you can just close your eyes and hear his voice and think of all the Bonds home runs and all the playoff moments and whatever. And that's like the perfect example of that. I think you keep it pretty simple, don't you? I mean, your style is not to be you're not going to embellish on a ton of things during the regular course of a game. You're not.
It's kind of the old Midwest lay back, don't talk too much, but say enough and nail it when it happens. And, look, we, all of us, every one of us in here, have enjoyed all the big moments. And, look, they started at Candlestick, but they really became huge moments when Bonds was starting to break the records. And as announcers, we had to be perfect with every one of those calls. I mean, can you imagine, 7:56, where you go, 7:59. Well, you can't take that back. The bullet is already out of the gun. So you have to be ready to nail the big moment. And then when you do, you feel like you've really done your job for all of you, not necessarily for us.
Yeah, it's true. And not to suck up to you all, but okay, I will. The main this ballpark is beautiful, but the reason why those big moments feel so big, I mean, we've had great players, great teams, but the place has so much energy here.
It does.
And, I think that's been so encouraging about this particular season is it feels like a lot of that energy is back. Not that we haven't had it in spurts, but it's a likable team. It's a team with players that I think a lot of us can relate to and enjoy watching every single day. And so these games, to me, feel big already this year. And you all make it feel that way. Filling this place, live baseball, the Warriors game was great tonight, and it's fun to go to a Warriors game, but baseball in person in the ballpark is, to me, unlike any other professional sport.
Yep, it is. There's no clock.
Yeah.
How often you guys get the question? I got it a lot. I think you guys do, but when you're doing this, you're traveling with the team, right? You're on the road a lot, and you do it for a long, long time. But the question is always like, what's your favorite city to go to? And I think it's a fair question, right? Because you go to all the different cities, especially now you go to American League and National League. So you think about and you do have favorite cities. You have favorite ballparks. And I always chuckle because it all revolves around how does it best fit you, right? You're like, what do you like in the broadcast booth? I like lots of room. Well, then you think about, well, that's because that ballpark I like because it has lots of room. And what do you like in a city? And, what do you like in a hotel? So you have, it almost gets, it gets a little even personal, what cities you like and why you like them. And is the lunchroom good in that ballpark? And so you have all these little quirky things that you like that you put together and pick which cities you really like to go to, because you do get, you get used to the momentum of being on the road, and there are places that you really like and look forward to going, and there's also cities where you're like, oh, it's a 4-game series. What am I going to do for 4 days? But and I bet if all 4 of us probably, or all 3 of us, we may have different cities, we may have different reasons we like those cities, but that's the question that seems to get asked a lot.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. And, look, when I was a player, the cities I liked had everything to do with how well the infield was groomed. If it had a crappy infield, I hated the city. If it had a great infield, I loved the city because I knew I wasn't going to get any bad hops. But broadcasting-wise, a lot of it has to do with, Chicago's great because you got all the restaurants you could want. They're day games. You can go out and enjoy yourself. All the big cities are fantastic. Wrigley Field's got the smallest booth of any park. And then I'll tell you one quick story. We went in there one year, and it was like the first week of the season, and the ceilings in the booth are very high, and they had an infestation of spiders.
This is true, and let me just say this before you finish the story. Whatever he says, it was worse. Like, this is not an exaggeration.
Yeah. And the problem is they've been up there all winter, and now they want to get out of there. They want to come down. And so I was doing radio alone for my 3 innings. I think Dave flopped over to TV. And it's really the closest I've ever come to dropping the F word. Because one went right down my neck.
No, they were dropping on us.
Yes.
And on the mic. The mic would be here, and it'd be boop, and they were everywhere. I mean, I'm telling you, in the one booth there were 1,000 spiders. 1,000.
Yeah, and then
They were everywhere.
they thought they were going to do us a favor, and they sprayed it that night. Well, it made it worse.
Not good.
So, now they all came down the very next day. But anyway, that's just a Wrigley Field story. There aren't any bad major league towns. Some are a little better than others, but it's the big leagues, and you can't go wrong. You
And
really
to
can't.
me, anywhere where baseball feels big and important is where I love going. Like, being in New York for Major League Baseball is awesome. Being at Wrigley or Fenway for baseball is awesome. These days, being in San Diego is really fun because they pack it and they've got stars, and every game feels like a big game. That, to me, that's like my number one criteria is,
Yep.
and that's why, I'm not knocking Pittsburgh, but everybody always ranks the Pittsburgh ballpark real high, and I don't. And it's not because I don't like it there, but you go in there and there's nobody in there and their team doesn't have any juice, and it's like, well, it's a beautiful view of the skyline. It's a nice view.
The players are this big.
Yeah, you're way up top, and the players are down there, and it's pretty, but it doesn't get my juices flowing at all. The way that Wrigley is the worst working ballpark by far. I mean, it's the hardest one to work in, and I love going there, and I can't wait to get there on Monday because it's just it's a base.
We always felt that way
baseball
about
cathedral.
Fenway.
Yeah.
In the American League, because Fenway is great. It's got a lot of the Wrigley Field feel, but the booth is horrible. I had Ray Fosse sit next to me for a long time. Rest in peace, Ray. He's a big guy, and it was like, okay, Ray, you're in my stuff right now. And so you have these old ballparks that are so cool, but the broadcast facilities are not great.
By the way,
you're right. It's okay because the atmosphere kind of carries.
One
you.
quick note about we're talking about Chicago. Dave always accuses me of having 10 weather apps on my iPad.
It's a sign of getting older. The more weather apps you accumulate, it's true. You can boo me, but it's a fact.
I think that's true. Age has got part of it, but also Glenn and I are sons of a farmer, and
Sure.
And I think my dad is probably the best weatherman that we've ever known. But anyway, looking at one of my weather apps during the game, I had to choose which one. It was a long list. In San Francisco on Monday, it's a high of 79.
Here, this Monday.
Yep. Chicago, 54. And rain.
We're bringing it with us.
So anyway, that's the weather deal.
He does show them to me. Look at this one.
Yeah. Oh, I like this new one. I found this one today while I was, I didn't have anything better to do.
Go ahead, make fun, guys. Just go ahead and make fun. Who's with me on this? I want to know. One guy. What? I don't have Mr. Chili.
What? So I go one's 54, one's 56, one's 58. Yeah.
I do know out in the Richmond it's way different than down here. Yeah, know it.
Sure.
Bite your tongue, Dave.
Sure.
That wouldn't do me a lot of good living in Lafayette, but thanks.
No, you're right. But with that, you're right. Soma's probably on your way.
Yeah.
East Bay, Mr. Chili.
Mr.
Yeah.
Chili. That's
You know what,
right.
though? The weather thing is important, though, because you got to know what to pack.
Yeah, it's
Right?
true. That is fact. We were just teasing John just 20 minutes ago about not knowing what to pack when we go to Chicago.
Yeah, John wears shorts and a Hawaiian shirt no matter where we go. And if it happens to change, the weather changed, and that one day it changed like 40 degrees. He got caught at the park in shorts and a short sleeve shirt.
He went down to the clubhouse, and Barry Zito was pitching for the Giants at that time. And I guess it was Murph, right? Would
Yep.
Murph have been there?
Yep.
Murph gave him some extra Zito high socks, and John broadcast the game at Wrigley with Zito's socks on, pulled up over his knees. Otherwise, he was going home. That is a true story.
Mike and I got an extra pair from Murph of Zito socks, and we cut the footsies out of them, right? And we told John just to put them on his arms, just for him, right? But he remembers that story different.
John does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're right, and he's wrong.
John was backtracking. No. I did this. No, John. You showed up in shorts. It was 44 degrees, and you put on a Giants massive jacket and Barry Zito's socks.
He didn't remember, so.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He can say whatever
you
he
gotta
wants.
go with it. You got to go.
What do you got for us, Glenn? Anything?
You know what? We're going to try something new tonight. We didn't get a chance to do it last week, and it's going to be pretty fun, I think. See that wheel back there, you guys? I'm just going to explain it to you. There's 10 names on that wheel. All 10 of the names on that wheel, you're all in here.
Ooh.
Now,
Whoa.
we got some different things that we're going to do. We're going to have a broadcaster question session, 5 questions for whoever person the spin comes up on, and you'll win a signed baseball, but you have to answer all 5 correctly. They're not difficult questions. They're really not. They're not difficult questions.
I see it, yeah.
So we'll spin that in a moment. Here's the deal.
If your name is on here, good luck.
If your name is on here, you have to come right up here, and we're going to ask you 5 broadcast questions. And if you get all 5 of them, you're going to get a signed baseball by the 3 of us. I know that's something that you're never going to be able to put away.
Wow.
Now, that's the first fan involvement. We may do another one if this one.
Okay.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, spin it. You got to spin it hard, Dwayne.
Eric P. Where's Eric?
Garrett,
Eric,
right
come
here,
on
buddy.
over here. Let's go, Eric. I don't even know what we're doing. Let's go.
I'm gonna ask him. I'll ask him each question, and we'll see if he answers it
Okay.
correctly.
Come on,
All
Eric.
right.
All right.
You want to borrow my microphone?
All right. Eric,
Yes.
stand right in the middle, please. All right, I got 5 questions for you.
That's
And like I
scary.
said, they're not difficult.
Okay. For you, they're not.
And if
For you, they're not.
if you need to phone a friend, you can phone a friend.
Okay.
We want you to win, is
Okay.
what we're saying.
So you're saying I have about 100 people in here to call.
Every now and then, let's not yell out any answers, okay? All right, Eric, you ready? Here's the first. These are broadcast announcer questions.
Okay.
All right. Some are multiple choice.
Go, Glenn.
What Giants announcer's home run call was or is "Tell It Goodbye"? Is it Dave Feldman or Dave Fleming, Hank Greenwald, or Lon Simmons?
I'm going with B.
Hank Greenwald.
Simmons.
No, Simmons was Lon Simmons is your answer? That's correct. Yes, you're correct. You got 4 more to go. What organization did our guest David B. Fleming work for before joining the Giants? Was it the Red Sox, the Tigers, or the Orioles?
I'm going to go with the Red Sox, but I was going to say Philly because you were talking a lot about Philly.
Go with your first answer.
Red Sox.
That is correct.
All right, Pawtucket.
Okay. Question number 3. You're 2 for 2. Which 2 brothers have each called the perfect game on TV? The Rogers twins, the Alou brothers, or the Kuiper brothers?
I'm going to go with you, Mike, on this one. The Kuip.
Thank you.
I'm going to go with you on this one.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
All right, good. All right.
Who were they?
I had a Dallas Braden's perfect game, and you had Matt Cain.
Yep, Matt Cain.
Which is kind of cool.
How many perfect games have there been?
19?
2,
20?
23?
26?
I don't know. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I played in one.
That's right.
So you called one and played one.
Pardon me? What's that? No. No, the final out was a fly ball to Rick Manning. But I had 4
Christy,
ground balls.
We
I
may
think.
not be done with that.
Anyway, let's go. Moving on.
All right.
Poor guy
You're 3
standing
for
there.
3.
3 for 3.
Question number 4. Which Giants announcer once worked for the Colorado Rockies?
I'm going to go with Dwayne.
That's correct. Yes.
Why? That's what I want to know. Why? Remember, the team was going to move, and we had to get jobs, and I got a job, and they stayed. And then they asked me to come back, so that was great. Anyway, go ahead, Glenn.
We're glad
Last
glad to have
question.
you back.
Thank you.
Let's go. Last question.
Last one.
How many sets of brothers are currently Major League Baseball play-by-play announcers? Is it 1 set, 2 sets, or 4?
I think I'm going to have
Brothers who are currently Major League Baseball play-by-play announcers.
I'm going to have to call a friend on this one.
Think hard.
I'm going to look to the whole audience on this one.
Currently.
Currently. I'm going to go with currently 1.
Is 1 your answer?
I think so. I'm going to blame the crowd if it's not.
1 is correct. I wish
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
it's Dave and his brother Will who does the Boston Red Sox. How awesome is that?
That's cool.
Yeah.
2 good teams.
Yeah.
2 good teams.
I wish the answer to this was 2, but it's 1. So you know, Giants hit a home run tonight. Matt Chapman, right? 3rd inning, left field.
Could you release this young?
Yeah, you win.
Thank you, Dave.
Congratulations.
We'll sign this
So
for
we'll
you.
sign it and get it to you.
We'll sign
Yeah.
and give it to you. 5 for 5.
Good job, Eric.
Okay, the last thing we want to do, and this is going to be a challenge, is the home run call. Ooh. That's
Easy. Now, look. This
Oh.
isn't a
oh
roast.
man.
This isn't a roast. Easy.
Who did that?
Stand up.
Who did that?
That's
What's
not right.
what's your name? Oh. Would you do that again, please?
Do y'all know what we're talking about here?
I love it. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, it was.
Thank
All
you
right.
for doing that.
All right, so we're going to call up 2 people, last thing for the night, and we want to hear their home run calls. Now,
Their
if you're,
own.
their own, and we're going to pick one of them as the winner.
So
the
we
three
get
of
to
us.
spin this again?
Yep, 2 people are coming up, and you got to give us your home run call on Matt Chapman's home run tonight. It's important, and you got 3
Yeah, we'll help
broadcasters.
set it up for you, but
Yeah,
then you got to let it
Absolutely. All right, the first qualifier is
out. Bobby L.
Bobby.
Bobby.
Where's Bobby Lee?
What?
That's all right.
Spin again.
Babs C.
Babs. All right, you ready?
Babs, you okay.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
No
Now-
stage fright. There's no judging here.
Now,
So like just
Yeah,
do the call or do it?
Yeah.
All right, I'll set it up, and I'm going to hand you the microphone, and then you have to actually say that the ball is a home run. Okay? All right.
your own style,
Here
your
we
own
go.
call. All right.
And the pitch to Chapman. He hits it high.
Here it goes. It's going. It's going. It's gone. Matt hits a home run. Big knock, baby. Big knock.
Okay. Pretty good.
Big knock.
I like
Pretty
it.
good.
I like it.
Can I use that tomorrow if the
Big
Giants hit a
knock.
home run? Big knock.
I like that.
I
Seriously.
might use it. I might use it. Might steal that one. Big knock.
That's pretty good.
All right. It's going to be hard to beat. Here we go.
Tina.
Tina
Tina.
L.
Tina and Bobby both left? Oh. Oh. They're together. They're going to be so disappointed. Elsa.
Okay.
Elsa.
Elsa.
Come
you
on,
wanna do
Elsa.
it, Elsa. Come on, I'll stand next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, we'll do this together. You
right.
ready? Here we go. All right, so who's going to hit the home run? Matt?
Chapman.
All right, so ready? I mean,
Don't be nervous.
remember, the call has to come from here, not here.
Yeah.
Look, I got it here, right? So here's where it comes from. Ready?
It's not going to be as good as yours.
Ready? Hold on. Chapman at the plate. And here's the pitch. He hits it high.
It's going. It's going. It's gone. It's a home run.
Yay!
You did it.
That was pretty good.
Just go tell everybody how hard our jobs are after you
right.
try that. It ain't easy.
All right, I'm going to do one more.
Okay.
Ready? All right, come on. Be somebody good.
Eric already had a turn.
Eric's he's got a win under his belt already. He's got a big knock under his belt.
Who's John C?
Oh boy.
Oh, boy. Have you been dreaming about this moment? Yeah.
John, But I want to practice my home run call one time, but I want you to act like you're going to swing, all right? And then I'll let you hit it out of the park. You ready?
Well, I want to hit it in the water.
That's fine. Okay, you ready?
Normally right-handed, but I'm going to go like
John, too much talk, not enough action. You ready?
Don't be giving me the two.
And
Shot.
Kershaw at the belt. And he throws to John. And a
You got to swing to hit a home run.
swing and a miss. Son of a bitch, John.
Not to throw me the two.
Yeah. All right, I'll do it this time.
Now you know what it felt like to be Dwayne's younger brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you.
All right. No, you're here now to call it. So here, I'm going to set you up. You're going to call Matt Chapman's home run. You ready?
No more swings. You
No,
don't
you're
have
not
to
going to
swing.
swing.
You don't have to swing. I don't swing when I call the home run.
You're going to swing and hold at the same time.
You just
ready?
got to talk.
All right.
How long do I have?
Not long.
We got the speedy oil change.
Correct.
That's right. All right.
It's getting shorter, John. It's getting a lot shorter.
Here we go. Here we go. Chapman's at the plate. And here's the pitch to Chapman. John.
It's going. It's going to right field. It's going to the foul ball. Wait a minute, the wind's coming. Here we go. It's going. It's in the water. Watch out for this guy. Here we go. It's in the water. Knock it in. Another splash hit from Matt Chapman. Yeah.
Good job, John. I'm not stealing that one tomorrow, though.
No, what was the one we're going to steal?
Big knock.
Big knock.
Big knock. Big knock.
You know what?
Why?
I'm doing it.
Why?
John's going to look at me like I have two heads.
The
He's
thing
like,
about-
what?
The thing about that is it has to be singular.
Big
Yeah.
knock.
Big knocks is not
Yeah.
going to work.
Yeah.
All right.
No, big
I'm not
knock.
using it. Never mind. Yeah.
Big knock.
Yeah,
Okay.
big knock.
So do we have a winner? I think we do. I think Babs is the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. All three contestants win.
Good job.
Awesome. Thanks for having a little fun with us. We appreciate that. So. And you know what? Good ball game tonight. I thought it was one of those games like that's the way the Giants need to play if they're going to win. So it was fun. Good pitching. Just a couple timely hits. And if you do that, you're going to win a lot of games. So it was. Plus, it was 2 hours and 2 minutes. How about that? 2:02.
Just get used to it. We're not gonna have a lot of stress-free games. just buckle your seatbelts. This is gonna be a year of a lot of games like this.
Yeah, a lot of close games. Hey, before we go, I know we introduced Amanda the last Friday we were here. Glenn's wife, Amanda, is here. Amanda?
You were hiding,
And,
Amanda. I didn't even see you.
And my son, Cole.
Which,
There
You know-
are no Flemings here. Oh, there's one, but
you know what? A quick Cole story. So when Dwayne and I decided to do this show, and the great people from Giants Enterprises said, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's think of some names, right?" Well, how bad were the names we were coming up with?
not
It was
very
like
good.
Glenn and Dwayne's
Dwayne's Dames. No, that
post-game
wasn't going to
show.
work.
So we called Cole, who's just got this sharp, mind.
Young.
He's at that age. So he said, "Hey, Cole, think of a name. Just get back to us in a couple days." He got back to us in 3 minutes. And he said, "Yeah, remember that TV show, the football Friday Night Lights?" We were like, "Yeah." He goes, "Friday Night Kuips." We were like, "That's it. Boom."
that is a really
So
good name.
that's it. That's it.
Cole's available for freelance hire if you all have marketing needs.
Yeah, get him off my payroll if you guys got anything. No, he's fine.
But we, our next show is the May 16th. It's the A's and the Giants. We got a pretty good lineup. Dennis Eckersley's going to be here. He's a Hall of Famer.
And a local guy, by the way.
And a local guy who grew up a Giants fan. And
Who played with Kuip in A-ball at age, how old was Eck?
Eck was 17 when I played with him.
17 years old. in A ball.
Yeah.
That's
And
hard to believe.
He was good. I did. Yep. And I scored the only run. Triple in the suicide squeeze, and we won 1-0. I don't remember much about it at all.
I was 14, sitting in the front seat of our car in the front yard with my dad, listening to it on the radio because we couldn't get it in the house, but you could get it on the radio. Yeah. That's how I spent my summers as a child.
Isn't that
sitting
cool,
in
though?
the front seat of the car with my dad, listening to Cleveland Indians games. Sounds kind of weird, right? But actually, it was pretty cool.
Back
And
then,
I remember
yeah.
listening to that game, obviously.
My dad and his dad in
Yeah.
New Orleans wanted to listen to Cardinals games. They went in the driveway and sat in the car every night in the summer. And
Better
listened to the car
reception.
yeah,
Yeah.
because they could get it.
But we appreciate you coming out. I hope you enjoyed our second show.
Hey, and by the way, for those of you that deserved autographed balls, what we're going to do is we're going to not now. We're going to have all 4 broadcasters sign these balls. And then we know who you are, and once we get all 4 of these names on these balls, then we'll give them to you. So, Joe, you remember who they are, correct? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. You don't have anything else going on, Joey. Come on.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for showing up
Thanks,
tonight.
everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it.
The Glenn Kuiper Show, All Giants, is brought to you by the Kehrig Real Estate Team. Since 1978, the Kehrig Real Estate Team has been helping families buy and sell homes across the Bay Area. With deep local roots and a legacy of client-first service, they are committed to delivering results with honesty, care, and expertise. Whether you're moving up, downsizing, or making your first purchase, trust the Kehrig Real Estate Team to guide you home. The Kehrig Real Estate Team, serving the Bay Area with pride for over 45 years. Contact Mike Kehrig today for a free home sale or purchase consultation. Call 925-548-4132 or go to the website at kehrigteam.com. Show is also brought to you by Tilden Properties. As an investor, one of the best places to put your money is California's multifamily real estate. When investing with Tilden Properties, you see cash flow with quarterly dividends while building equity in the real estate market. Bay Area based and family owned, Tilden Properties has been building investment wealth for their clients since 2008. Go to the website at tildenproperties.com or call 925-209-8558.